My name is Vanessa. In my mid-20s, I would go out at night to meet a group of people called Guerrilla Gardeners, who transform neglected spaces into beautiful gardens. And after a decade of being involved in this underground gardening scene, I decided to embark on a journey to explore urban gardening across different countries, cultures, and climates.
I started guerrilla gardening just over the road late one night in October 2004, so nearly 13 years ago. And I've lived here ever since. So my green fingerprints are all over little patches of this area. I have no garden of my own. I live in the block just over the road up there, and I was frustrated with the vast amounts of wasted land, just neglected, shabby, ugly. So this is, as you can see, this is a little playground. And it's been a little playground for a long time. It was a bomb site in the war before that. But when we started gardening here as guerrilla gardeners, it was a very foreboding place. They'd even actually found a dead body here. And knowing that a family was on its way, my wife and I decided to start trying to tame the place. It always seemed a bit too much to take on, but we had an extra incentive. At about the same time, we met another local resident when we were guerrilla gardening in the pavement, and she was really enthusiastic about doing something with this space. And she was a sort of, well, she was like a sort of saint, really. She's a very saintly person. She was an ex-policewoman and a good fundraiser. And that enabled us to buy a very expensive hose pipe, because it's very long, some fancy signage that makes this place look official, lots of plants and soil. And we got permission as well, because although it looks like a public park, this is actually housing land. And recently we got a bit more funding from the council to pay for these vast tubs that we've got some maples in. So it's a guerrilla garden that got legitimised. It's now a totally, regular garden in the community, and I'd say about 3 of us do the gardening here. I take the lead, and I get help from 2 other local residents. It's wonderful to see it being used not just as a children's playground, but as a place for workers to come and have sandwiches, people just doing that. I've seen people doing their yoga in here. It's right next to a busy road, but as long as you block that bit out of your mind, it's a sort of inner city cottage garden. Okay, so this is the back of council housing estate, the Hales Estate, and a lot of this is all guerrilla garden. We've been guerrilla gardening here for about 2.5 years. We have a guerrilla cherry tree there, which has borne its first fruit this year. And then if you come down, I'm particularly proud of this. This is a hotbed, colours artfully chosen. I'm not normally so sophisticated. I normally just plant whatever I can get my hands on. But here, it was designed in a much more considered way. The calendula, the yarrow, sage at the back, geraniums. These are dahlias that will be coming through. So this tree was a sapling from my parents' garden in Devon. That was our childhood home. So this is a really important tree to me. There's a few old shrubs here that predate our activity, but the rest of it is beautifully intense lavender. Bees are enjoying it. More calendula, the wisteria. We've got red currants, hazels, and nectarines there. So edibles are not a big part of what I do, but it's nice to have a bit of snack food, the kind of things that are easily shared if people spot them.